Hey everybody, welcome back. We are here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the MIT School of Engineering right behind us. But as you can see, in the age of the pandemic, no students anywhere here. So we went to Mamaleh's in Kendall, fairly new Jewish delicatessen. We're gonna try out some delicious deli favorites, including pastrami, corned beef, some beef tongue, a couple different kinds of bagels, and even some matzo ball soup. So let's go and dig in.
Hi everyone, we are here in Cambridge and it is cold, but just 20 degrees, so I think we can handle it. Some taste of childhood. I'm gonna try some chopped liver. So for those of you that not have had chopped liver, it was made by my grandmother on a lot of holidays growing up and just brings that homey feeling. All right, so it looks almost like tuna consistency. I promise you, it is creamy with just the right amount of fattiness. Oh yeah, that's pretty close to my grandmother's also. A little egginess to it. You know, it's liver, so there is that earthy quality. It's just great on crackers. I'm just eating it plain like I usually like to do, but you know, I was raised Jewish and it just reminds me of Jewish food. It's just comforting. Thinking about the holidays and times with family, it's just that kind of experience in a bite. So I'll give probably a 9 out of 10. Very pleasant.
Matzo ball soup here. Let's check that out. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try before it gets cold. Oh, let's get some chicken, some veggies on there. All right. Tons of carrots, nice and fresh, still crisp, not mushy at all. And you have that crunch there. The broth is really, really, really flavorful. This is good soup. This is like what your mom makes you or your grandma makes you when you're sick in bed and you're all cold and you want something to warm you up. This is great right here.
Another big part of the New York deli experience. This one looks eggier. It's or mustard or something. A true New York style potato salad is pure mayo, all white. So let's see what else is in here. A little too homemade taste for my liking. The potatoes have the skin on them still, and I'm not crazy about that. I would say maybe a 5 for me. It's also lacking a little bit of salt. So we're having a half sour. What is a half sour? Half sour, duh. It's just not gonna get that vinegary, as much of a vinegary punch. Typically, less vinegary, more mild, less of a punch. But this one actually, I would say is a 3/4. It's still a lot more vinegary than my memories of a New York half sour pickle. For those of you from Long Island, I'm thinking of like a Ben's Deli half sour pickle. Kudos to you if you know what I'm talking about. Bear with me as my nose is running. It's 20 degrees. Not bad.
Obviously, you gotta have a pastrami, a corned beef, and for me, the New York deli experience also includes sliced tongue sandwich, seeded rye, and just a little bit of deli mustard, the brown, spicy brown mustard. Nice portion of pastrami there. It's not too salty, but you do get a nice taste of the smoke. It's not lean. It's got a nice streaks of fat in it.
That's like pastrami is oftentimes too lean, and just like you get like a lot of pepper and not a lot of meat.
Yeah, I like this because it's nice and juicy. Yeah, a lot of people think pastrami and corned beef are very much similar, but they're not. The only thing that they have in common is they're both made from beef and they're both cured. but that's where the similarities end.
Yeah, I mean, corned beef is always much fattier. Pastrami is still gonna be leaner.
Yeah.
typically.
Well, this corned beef, it can be both, but it's made always from brisket. That's the difference here. And let's get a good close up of the sandwich there.
Cheese. What is that?
Well, see, I know it's not a kosher. It's not a kosher deli though, but it is an option to get Swiss cheese on your sandwiches here. So I opted to get Swiss cheese, but no sauerkraut, so it's not really a full Reuben. Although I do have a little bit of Russian dressing we can add to it if we want. You can even see the little bits of fatty streaks running through the corned beef there. A milder flavor because it's not smoked and it's not peppered and coated in spices. You tend to taste a little bit more of just the beefiness. It's very tender too. Even though they sliced it and they griddled it before they put it in the sandwich, it didn't get too crispy. It stayed nice and tender. This is a really good sandwich. I don't know, I got the bigger portion meat. It doesn't seem like it's a bigger sandwich to me. It seems like a normal size sandwich. So perhaps if you really like sandwiches, just opt for the 8-ounce portion because
Yeah. That's like,
a 4-ounce New York sandwich just does not exist.
yeah, like Carnegie Deli or something like that. Just like, it's barely any, it's not even a sandwich.
It
It's
all-
like,
This obsession of mine for pastrami started at the Carnegie Deli.
yeah.
My dad brought me back a Carnegie Deli sandwich one day. Half of a sandwich.
And that
But
was probably a whole sandwich.
that was stacked this thick. So a true New York deli sandwich, you have to take it and cut it in half in order to eat it because you can't bite the entire thing, the whole thickness of it. I still have the napkin from that day.
That's a special day.
I saved it. I saved the Carnegie Deli napkin.
Framed it?
It's in my scrapbook.
That's cute. I love that. I never heard that before.
I'll put a little picture-in-picture of me showing you the Carnegie Deli napkin in my scrapbook. It's got a little picture of Leo Carnegie. It says, "I make a goose sandwich." That's what it says on the
Are
napkin.
there any other napkins from any other restaurants in the scrapbook?
No, probably just the napkins that I drafted the design for the flux capacitor. All right, last sandwich to eat. The pickled beef tongue. Not many people
Outside my mother.
like tongue. Ooh la la. It's an acquired taste, but it's actually just really beefy flavor, but it's the texture that get people. And when you think about a cow chewing its food and you see their tongue just lolling around, maybe you don't want to eat that part. But let's take a look at it. I assure you it's more delicious than it seems. So it's, again, cured, just really lean beef.
What kind of bread is that?
This is the challah roll. Oh yeah, that's tongue. Here we go. So tender. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You see all these little striations of the muscle fibers. They just run in different directions. And that's why the tongue is such a versatile muscle, because the muscle fibers are so fine. It can move in so many different directions all at once. And that's what gives the meat that texture when you chew it.
Snot check.
You look good. And then
The edges of this pastrami look like bacon. I was like a little confused at first.
it's not as seasoned as you would see.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of pastrami, I think of pepper corned beef. Guys, come on, the rye bread, A little stale. All right, we could do better. The reason why I've never really been a big fan of rye bread, it just always has a staleness to it. But I mean, it is, you know, if you're gonna eat New York deli, whoops, one for the dogs, you're gonna have to have rye bread. I mean, there's just no way around it. The fattiness definitely helps. But yeah, you're getting, well, I guess maybe the mustard seed or something like that. But if I was blind tasting this, I don't know if I would have guessed this was pastrami. It is tender, but I'm just expecting more of that pepperiness. It tastes like more like corned beef to me. But it's not bad. Michael's Deli in Brookline. That's a good pastrami sandwich. Especially if you're in, I mean, we're in Boston right now, everyone, so let's keep in mind we're not in New York, so I would say have to go.
Technically, we're in Cambridge.
Technically, we're in Cambridge, but I'm looking right at the Charles River. I know you can't see it right now, so, you know, like, how much through the river is it Boston?
Across?
Like,
Halfway?
is exactly halfway is exactly Boston?
I imagine halfway.
I've never looked that up before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this bread is old or something. I mean, I'm just like pressing down. I'm not getting, I mean, there's I guess a little hole right there, but. Okay, so again, we've already been through the fact that there's cheese on this. You know, adaptation of a New York style corned beef sandwich. You know, when I'm thinking about New York deli, I'm not actually thinking that much about corned beef. I'm thinking more about pastrami, salami, tongue, and of course my favorite chopped liver, but the cheese is cutting a lot. Swiss, I think. I think I actually like the corned beef better, to be honest. I like the way it was sliced. This is like one of those like whole package deals. Like it all works together. I mean, I would have not had it with the cheese, but you got your mustard. Now, if you all are longtime fans, you might remember us giving a mom's famous Russian dressing back when we were at Arnold Arboretum. So this is actually Russian dressing. And it looks just like my mom's, minus the relish inside of it. So just gonna put a little bit on this pastrami to, it's very traditional. A little dabble. Much better.
That's the tongue.
This is the tongue, and my mom's favorite New York deli sandwich is the tongue.
Ooh la la.
So I'm doing her proud right now.
Ooh la la.
I don't typically get it that much, but
Ooh la la.
another favorite of mine, a challah roll. Sometimes you'll see challah, it's more kneaded. This one just looks like a flat. This is the best. This is great. Like honestly, I mean, I thought this was pastrami if I didn't know this was tongue. Like minus the fact that there's no like edges or whatever. But this is, guys, chopped liver for a little appetizer, and then get some tongue on a challah roll. That is the New York deli experience. Beautiful.
All right, so here we have two bagel sandwiches. We have my all-time favorite whitefish here, and then we have the kippered salmon. Looks like the kippered salmon had some type of beet cream cheese on there. Well, that is absolutely delicious. Wonderful smoky taste. Nice and tender, flaky. Absolutely, hands down, delicious. I love the salmon here. Let's go ahead and try our whitefish next. Now, whitefish is my favorite. I search for a great whitefish, so let's see how this whitefish stands up. Nice, smoky, salty. Capers bring out a nice pop. I would definitely go for the kippered salmon. Kippered salmon all the way.
Yeah, beautiful whitefish salad, onion caper, and tomato on an everything bagel. Mamaleh makes their own bagels too, so I'm interested to try this. You know, it's funny because I never really had whitefish salad until I went to a Brit Bot ceremony that was catered, and they had bagels and whitefish salad. And ever since then, I've just adored it. It's very salty, but the freshness of the tomato really cuts through that. The sharpness from the raw onion adds a little edge to it, fills it out. Smoky too. You can tell this, the whitefish was nicely smoked. Yeah, not a off or fishy flavor at all. It's really good. Now this is a curious one because of that weird pink color, which was from the beet cream cheese. Yeah, beet cream cheese. The kippered salmon, which is cured and hot smoked. Looks like a slice of green apple and a little bit of salad. Let's have a taste. I like the way you get the crispiness of the apple and that sweetness and acid.
It's delicious.
It goes with that. And very assertive salmon flavor. Great quality. I'm not sure, do they prepare their fish here or do they buy it? Be something worth looking into.
Very delightful sandwich.
Like that a lot. So there you have it, everybody. Some fantastic delicatessen cuisine. I personally think the pastrami was the best. That chopped liver, wow, little surprise there. That was pretty good. And of course, that weird pink bagel sandwich, actually fantastic. So come on down to Cambridge, check out Mamaleh's, support these local businesses. We need.
What the heck happened?
I make a good sandwich.